I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good, it's your boy DJ Delz back with a brand new podcast here at youtube.com/The Sneaker Addict. Shout out to everyone that listened to the last show. I got tons of amazing feedback. People were telling me it was my best podcast ever, and like, that's really dope. Like, when I hear that, it means, oh, okay, that was a good one. I really recommend that you just press pause right now, look in the description box below, and listen to the last podcast. Because, I mean, the amount of people that keep telling me that this podcast was bananas, it's like out of here. Like, even in the comments, you know, mad people have got a lot of great things to say about it. Just putting that out there. If you didn't listen to it, a lot of people saying it's my best work so far, as far as, you know, on the mic, talking on the mic, you know. And with that said, let's get into the new one. Now, let's start off with some Q&A. We got Ron. He wants me to talk about the Aqua 8s. They are releasing this year. It definitely looks like it because we got images now that leaked. And once you see the images, that's when you know it's going down 100%. There was rumors it was going to come out last year. Never did. This year it's coming out. Thank you, God. Because I love that shoe. The pair I got is roasted. I don't even know why I still have it. I know why I still have it. I just can't get rid of it because I love that colorway so much. It's just, you know, a dope colorway on that shoe. But once I get that new pair, that old pair's going. Next we got from Seabass. He writes, what's my opinion on the images of that green Air Jordan 1? The green Air Jordan 1 I think he's speaking about is the one that Michael Jordan's daughter posted pictures of on her Instagram, which I have also on my blog over at thesneakeraddict.com to make life easy for you. I have images of that and other images I'm sure I'll speak about with other shoes. Like, for instance, the Aqua 8s that I was talking about. Those pics are there if you haven't seen them of the actual shoe. But as far as that Jordan 1, I think it's dope. I love croc print. I can't recall a pair of shoes that has croc print that I was like, I hate it. I think it's whack. If you know of one that you think is terrible that has croc print, leave that in the comment box. It may be these green shoes that Seabass over here is talking about. I personally think they're dope. It got hits of gold on it, a gum bottom. I like them. That's my opinion. And don't forget, leave your comment if you know off top of a pair of sneakers, doesn't have to be Jordans, that is croc print that you think was trash, which was completely whack. And leave your comment, why is that? Next we got from Ayo Isaac. He writes, Kamikaze 2 OG Sonics are dropping soon. Yes, they are, and that's always a great thing to hear because I love the Kamikaze 2. It's definitely one of my favorite Reebok classic shoes. And there's nothing more or less to say, you know. Anytime they release, I'm copping them. I hope they release the red and black colorway again because I trashed my pair. I had to get rid of them. They looked like shit after wearing them so much, you know. That's the thing about Kamikazes. Like, once you wear them a lot and they start getting the creases and getting dirty, well, every shoe's like that. Nah, not necessarily. I'm going to take that back, actually. Because I like creases on, like, my Jordan 1s. And even if they're a little dirty, I like that look. Just like on, like, the black cement 3s. But the Kamikazes is one of those shoes that, man, once it starts getting dirty and creased, like, they got to go. That's my opinion, though. You know, some people may disagree and say, yo, I love when they look all worn out and shit. Whatever floats your boat, you wearing them, not me. You know, we all got different taste, as I always say. But whenever I hear about the Kamikaze 2 coming back out, I love it. There was one that released a couple of weeks ago that was blue and it had like that rain graphic on the upper. I don't even think it's not really a graphic. It's like I think it's like stitched in the rain. I didn't see that pair in person, but I know in the past they've done that. That shoe in that colorway looked alright. Next we got from my homie Thuggist. He writes, what's my favorite football team? The Giants. That's my team. I don't watch a lot of football, so I'm going to root for the Giants because I always rooted for the Giants since I was a kid, you know. But I'm not going to front like I'm some big football fan. I'm watching all the time. You know, it's something that I'll watch when it's on, you know. But my sports are more or less basketball. I stopped watching baseball a lot. I hate being sad or depressing, but my mother just passed away in the beginning of the year, and it's so hard for me to watch baseball because she was such a diehard Yankee fan that it's just so hard for me to watch it. But I'll slowly, as I'm going through this process of life and getting used to this change in my life, I'm sure I'll watch baseball again. But right now, it's too much for me to watch baseball. But football is not my favorite sport to watch. There's some sports I don't watch at all, like hockey. Like, I don't watch hockey. I know some people are going to say, how do you not watch hockey? I just don't. I never watched hockey. I never played hockey as a kid unless it was at gym class. You're forced to. We always played football when we were kids. We always played basketball, baseball. Those are my sports. That's what I enjoyed as a young boy, So that's what I always watch. Even tennis. I appreciate tennis. I watch tennis. Some may be shocked. Damn, Delz watches yeah, I watch tennis, but I've been watching tennis as a little boy because my family loves tennis, so I even used to play tennis a little bit when I was a kid. But my favorite football team, definitely, I'm rooting for the Giants, and then Super Bowl comes. If they're not in it, then I'll root for whatever team I like better at the time. And moving on, we got Hype Beast 1, 2, 3 writes Supreme stuff. I really don't know what to tell you because I don't know what you're really asking me. Supreme stuff. Let's see. I'll just think of something that's going to pop into my mind that would work with this whole comment you just left. I will talk about how Supreme sells out in 2 seconds now. I cannot believe how many people are buying Supreme now to resell. It wasn't like this years and years ago. Because I got some old Supreme pieces. Some of the stuff I got rid of, but if you watch even my older videos, you'll see me wearing a lot of old Supreme stuff. I can't believe how if you're not on the site exactly at the time they released the stuff, you are not getting it. And even if you do, you're still probably not getting it. It used to be if you were on the site at that time, you had a grace period of 10 minutes to get your stuff, before it would sell out. At the worst case scenario when it would be a hyped up item, but now it's ridiculous. It's seconds and everything's sold out, and it's because people are reselling the stuff, and I don't think that's ever gonna change. I think that it's just always gonna be like that. Next we got from Angel. He writes Yeezus LOL. I don't really know what to say except I hope Kanye West puts out some damn music. I'm tired of the clothing and the sneakers now. I love it all. Well, I don't really love the clothing because it just reminds me of something I've seen on Star Wars or something. And I love Star Wars, but, I don't see any pieces. I'm I need to wear this. Maybe I didn't see everything, but, from what I've seen, wasn't impressed. I need some damn Kanye West music, some new music from Kanye West. Not a song, not him producing records for other people. I'm talking about a damn album. I need a damn Kanye West album. I really need a new Kanye West album in my life. Hopefully that'll happen soon. Next we got Rico. He writes, the hype on the Supreme 5s. I don't think there's much hype. In my opinion, I don't think there's much hype. I know there will be when it releases, but I don't really see people foaming out the mouth and talking about it while I'm out and about. If people see me out there in the streets, a lot of people, if they recognize me, they want to talk kicks to me, and I want to talk kicks to them if I have the time to. No one's talking about that, the Supreme 5s. People just want it when it releases. People are gonna be on it because they know they can make some money off of it. My opinion on the shoe, do I want them? Yeah, I want them. I like Supreme, I like Jordan, and I think it looks dope. I like it, but that's me, But people are hyped about making money off of this shit. That's why you gotta listen to the last podcast. If you didn't listen to the last podcast, there was a lot of people that didn't listen to it because I pay attention to the comments, the likes, the numbers. The numbers and the comments and the likes tell me that, not as many people listen to it as the other podcast. And it's probably just because, it didn't get shared out there as much. But listen to the last podcast, man. I'm telling you, I speak about so much, real shit that's, going on in the sneaker world and in the world in general, you got to listen to the last podcast, man. When I was recording, I felt like this was going to be a special one. Like, when I record and I start flowing and going off the top, I'm not rapping, but you know what I mean. I mean, this ain't scripted. I'm just sitting here staring at a wall and a microphone with the red light on, just speaking. And sometimes I just start feeling it, pause, and I just, you know, it just starts going and going and going, and I just start running with it, and it forms into something dope. And that was last podcast, so definitely check that out. But yeah, I talk about a lot of that shit on the last one, about like the hype, and people want to make money. The sneaker game is all about making money now. As I said last podcast, we need to cross out the word game with the sneaker game. Cross that shit out and put, instead of game, put business, because that's what it's all about for most people. It's a sneaker business. It's not a sneaker game. It's a sneaker business. So, you know, keep that shit in mind. Next, we got from Samson. He writes, thanks for helping him cop the Air Max 90 OG infrareds for retail. You are welcome. I always try to help you guys out on Twitter, on my blog, follow my social networks. Some people say, you're always plugging stuff. I'm trying to help motherfuckers. It's not just me plugging shit. It's me, like, doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I tell you guys what I'm doing? That's what this is about, right? This is a damn podcast. Shit. I got amazing haters, man. But, hey, if I don't got haters, that means I'm not doing well, I guess. That's what they say, right? And I'm glad you got your pair of shoes. I love those. Definitely love those shoes. Next, we got from Chillmatic. He writes, my thoughts on the Pharrell Ice Cream Adidas Stan Smiths. I love it. I contacted a few people that I know at Adidas and literally told them I love that. I hope that releases. It's supposed to release, I think. They're not giving me a definite yes or no, but they said you should be seeing it. So hopefully it does release. Next, we got from OG Swag. He writes, predictions on the upcoming NBA season. I can't predict that yet. You gotta let me live for like a couple of weeks just to see how these teams are forming, and we'll get back to that question. And he also writes, much love with the show, sincerely, from Vincent. So shout out to Vincent. I appreciate you checking in. We're gonna have tons of NBA talk. As long as I'm still ticking, still breathing, these podcasts are gonna keep going. So, you know, we're gonna have a lot of NBA talk. Let's just wait though until, you know, the season hits and we can really get it going, unless there's some real crazy breaking news. But like right now, who knows what's gonna go down, you know? Only time will tell. Next, we got from Boy Walt 409. He writes, winter sneaker rotation. As far as winter rotation, it really doesn't matter to me. It has to do with the weather. You know, I don't wear certain colors in certain seasons. Some people do. I do, at the same time, usually lean toward darker colors because of the fact of the weather conditions. But, you know, if it's dry and it's like just regular cold weather, I'll wear any sneaker that I feel like wearing in any colorway. So the winter doesn't really switch up my style as far as with sneakers, unless it's, you know, pouring out or snowing like crazy. I mean, if it's snowing like crazy in the East Coast in New York, I'll wear boots all week. You know, I'll wear Timberlands, like Nike boots. You know, I'll still rock with the Nike boots. I know they're not as popular anymore because Timberland has like a really nice run right now, but I don't care. I wear whatever I like. I wear the damn Foamposite boots. I like those. I know those aren't popular, but I don't do what's popular. I do what I like. That's always what I've been about. I do whatever I like. So that answers that question. And then moving on, we got from Andrea. He writes, what's my thoughts on Drake and Future's mixtape? I think it's dope. Listen to it about 5-6 times, like straight through. I think it's dope. People are like gassing it up, calling it classic already. I see on Twitter, the damn album just dropped. Everyone's so quick to call everything a classic. Just listen to the music and wait 10 years. If you're still listening to those damn same songs, then they're classics. You know? Mobb Deep Infamous album, that's a classic. Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, that's a classic. You still listen to it now. It's been out for what, 20 years? It's still incredible. And if you haven't listened to those two albums, please listen to those albums. Matter of fact, links in the description box below. Listen to both of those albums. There's no way you're gonna not thank me after if you never heard them. You know, I don't even blame you. I blame the older heads for not putting you on, for real. Next we got from Brandon. He basically wants me to speak about my thoughts on people reselling shoes to buy shoes because they don't have a job. And he said, I hope I don't get on your bad side. You're not going to get on my bad side, but what you're saying to me, I think, is a poor excuse for you being a reseller. You could get a job, man. Get a fucking job. You know, work at anywhere. You know, you go to any fast food place, you drive by there's always a sign that says they're hiring. Work. I heard McDonald's pays now like $15, $16 an hour. Like that, like people that work in the hospital don't even get paid that. I think some teachers don't even get that. You know? Like, there's no excuse for that, man. You know, if you want to be a reseller, but own up to it. Don't throw them little, like, things like throwing excuses why you're selling shoes. Oh, I'm just doing it so I can get these. Like, you still taking away a shoe from me for what? For you to make an extra $40? And there's sometimes you'll see people camping for shoes, and they'll sit outside for 8 hours for a shoe, right? But they could have worked at a place and made, you know, even $10 an hour, and they would have made more money. Stop being lazy, man. That's a poor excuse right there. That's just a crock of shit. You will never get on my bad side off the internet, you know, reselling shoes, but I don't respect that shit at all. You know, own up to it. I'd rather you just say you resell sneakers. And, you know, it is what it is. Fuck it. You know? Own up to that. Next we got from Michael Francisco. He wants to talk about joggers. Is this trend going to die, basically? I think it's not going to die. You know, I was thinking about this when I was shopping. A few days ago, I picked up a few pairs of jeans, and I was like, maybe I should get another pair of joggers. And I didn't buy the joggers because I didn't think that, like, oh, no, this is getting out of style. Not at all. They just didn't have the style that I liked, you know? And everything that I liked, jogger-wise, of course, they didn't have the size I wanted. So I just picked up some jeans. But, you know, I think that joggers make sneakers look so fucking good, you know? So, I mean, I'm going to be wearing joggers this winter. I don't care what other people may say. Some people may say it's played out. It's pants. Like, I don't care what you think. They make the sneaker look mad good. Like, joggers just complement the shoe from every angle, from the back, from the side. Sometimes you'll wear a pair of jeans, and if you don't freak them right, or if they get cuffed the wrong way, then, you know, it's a mess sometimes. Like, I see people having a real struggle with that, with the jeans sometimes. And joggers is just so easy. You don't have to worry, check, you know, to make sure it's cuffed right still, and you just rock out, man. It's a lot easier for heads that love wearing sneakers all the time. I'm a fan of joggers. I don't. Am I gonna wear them for the rest of my life? I don't know about all that, but I'm not focused on, like, you know, it being a fad or anything. I just feel like it complements the shoe well when you're wearing them. Leave your comments on that, everyone. I'm curious to hear your opinion on, like, joggers, if they're fading away, like, as far as popularity or not, you know. I just think that people don't talk as much about joggers now because everyone got them now. Like, there was a phase where it was like, you know, people started seeing people wearing them, and then slowly more people started wearing them, and slowly more people started wearing them, and now everyone got joggers in their closet. So it's like there's no hype behind it because everyone just has it. It's just the norm. Like, that's what I see it as, but you may see it as, oh, people ain't wearing no joggers no more. That shit is corny. That shit is whack. You know, everyone got their own opinions. Leave yours. That's part of the fun of these podcasts. Leaving your comments. If I miss your question, I apologize to it. I keep missing my place and just trying to jump around. Alright, E. Price the King. He writes, will Jordans continue to sit? And he puts a big smiley face. I think so. Especially when they go up to 220. They're going to sit. People don't got that money like that. People are tapped out. And people aren't into Jordans like that no more. Like, it's kind of fading away. Like, I think that people are fading away. Like, most quote-unquote sneakerheads have, like, a lifespan of 2 to 3 years. And the reason why I know this is because I've been publicly on YouTube doing sneaker videos for about 7 to 8 years. And I'll have people hit me up every day and tell me, you know, I was into sneakers so hardcore for like 2 years and I stopped. I just signed on my YouTube to watch something and I see you have a new video up. Keep doing your thing. I think that's awesome you're still doing it, but, you know, I haven't been into sneakers for like 5-6 years. Like, people fall out of sneakers all the time. I guarantee you half of my subscribers don't even watch my channel because they're people that were into sneakers and they fell off. They're done with sneakers. It was a fad. They liked it and, they're into something else, Not everyone is into sneakers for, like, the long haul. Like, they don't really love sneakers. They just were, like, having fun with it. Like, it was a hobby for them, not a lifestyle. Not, like, just part of your life. Like, this is part of my life. I'm always going to be into kicks, It's just, this is normal to me. That's why I could talk about sneakers every other week for a little under an hour or over an hour, because I love this. Yeah, I throw in other stuff because sometimes you guys want me to speak about sports or anything, I usually answer your questions. I try to, but for the most part, you know what I'm talking about. Next, we got Petey Crack. He writes, who is my favorite WWE superstar and who do you think should be champion? I'm really fading away from WWE. I think it's really whack lately. It's kind of boring. I like this like new character that Kane's doing, kind of like the, like split personality thing. And, Kane, I really felt like it was his time to go. Him and Big Show, they're just too old for this now. But I'm really digging what Kane's doing. As far as a favorite, I don't really have one right now. I really like watching New Day. I think they're really funny, especially Big E. Big E Langston. That dude is so funny to me. But I'm really like not into it as much as I used to. I listen to a few wrestling podcasts that I've been listening to for like so many years, and they're so fun to listen to. The main one is the Kevin Castle and Don Tony show, and I've been listening to them for so long that I feel like I have to watch, WWE so I know what they're talking about. But half of their podcast, they end up talking about something completely different than what goes on, like, for instance, Raw on a Monday. They're really great, though. They're on every Monday night. Shout out to Don Tony and Kevin Castle. Sometimes they show love and shout me out. Man, they're really fun to listen to. So they're like one reason why I watch. And then there's Wrestling Soup, which is another one. And half the time they're not even talking about wrestling either. Like, sometimes they'll talk about it for like the whole podcast. But like, they go in and out into other stuff, and they're just really entertaining. So like, those guys are kind of the glue that's keeping my eyes on the screen. Like, if they weren't putting out weekly podcasts, like, I probably wouldn't even be watching anymore. So WWE should cut them a check. Moving on. Let's see. Someone writes, no more phone posits. Enough is enough. I don't understand why you would say that. That's from Chad. I don't get, like, just because you don't like something doesn't mean that everyone has to feel that way. I think phone posits are actually going in the right direction, finally. Alright, guys, I got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is this podcast will be over shortly because of the fact that I got some good news for you. I've been dealing with a brand for a month or so now behind the scenes, and I have a project coming out with them, and I got a package from them right now, and this is something special, and I have to check this out. I cannot record much longer. I'm gonna literally like go crazy now that I see this. Like, I have to open this package, and I'm not gonna do it while it's recording. Like, I gotta just end this podcast. So we're gonna end this podcast soon. I'm just gonna go through like 2 or 3 more questions. I've seen a few that I wanted to speak about real quickly. Let's see. Steve writes, love the show and the brutally honest reviews. It definitely helps us out, not wasting our time on some trash they're trying to feed us. I appreciate that you see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you guys out. Some people think that I'm being a hater. I'm reviewing the shoe. I'm actually really reviewing the shoe for you guys. I'm trying to help you guys out. And I'm trying to entertain you at the same time. Then he wants my opinion on the Adidas 350s, the new colorways. I like them. And he wants to know if I think they should be more limited or more available. I think they should be more available because I want them and I don't want to deal with any shit with, not being able to get them. And I don't care if I have shoes that are limited. That's not my thing. I just like what I like and I want what I like. I don't care if you don't have something that I have. I never cared about a shoe being limited. Like, I got it and you don't. Like, to me, I don't get nothing off of that. Like, I just want what I like, and I just get annoyed when I can't get a sneaker but I have the damn money for it. That's the whole thing with me. But from Adidas standpoint, I think they're going to make them limited because it just gives them a ton of promo by people always talking about it, and it helps the brand by people paying more attention to the other products and buying the other stuff. That's just what I think. Max writes, will Adidas do any more Star Wars kicks? They actually have a ton of Star Wars stuff on their site right now. I reviewed the C-3PO shoe that I did. You could design your own, but you know, it's like really like a C-3PO shoe. Check out the review. I'll put that in the description box below. You got to see that. If you love Star Wars, you're going to really dig that. Junior wants me to speak about the Adidas John Wall 2. Haven't seen them in person. From the photos, I definitely want to see them in person. They look nice. Danny writes, will I ever consider doing toy hunting reviews maybe in the future? I think that'd be super cool. Yes, but I do that on my other channel already. I have another channel where I do all kinds of other stuff that I love. That's the Delz Show, and that includes like Star Wars toys and all kinds of stuff like that. Go to youtube.com/The Delz Show. Subscribe there. If you've never been there, there's so much more content there. There's more sneaker videos there. That's bonus for like the diehard fans. That is not here. I've got like my Nike SB Dunk collection there, which I never showed here on this channel. It's like a bonus channel. The Delz Show. Definitely subscribe there. And I did a real kick-ass toy video a couple of days ago showing a whole bunch of new Star Wars merch like up close, and I'm actually doing a giveaway there also. I have 2 giveaways going on right now. I'm giving away a Kylo Ren. I'm also giving away a WWE NWO hoodie. So I got 2 giveaways going on over there. I have a sneaker giveaway going on my Instagram. I have a cleaning kit giveaway going on one of my latest unboxings from last week. I'm doing tons of giveaways. For people that complain I don't do giveaways, you're just not watching all my content. And the people that are winning my giveaways are people that watch all my content who I want to get the stuff, you know, because I love people that really love everything I do. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, you guys mean the world to me, man. Like, that really support me to the point where you're always tweeting out my podcast and my videos and, you know, encouraging me. And, you know, I got something coming, like this package right here. It's like so special, and it's really because of you all that support me why this is going on. I have something really amazing about to go down with a brand. It's about to go down. I'm actually kind of announcing it. Something crazy is about to go down, and you will hear about it very soon. And that's why I just need to have a moment of just me and this situation. I gotta see what's going on here. I'm so excited to check this out. And right after that, I got daddy duties. I gotta go pick up my daughter from school and stuff. And you know, I juggle my life, man. I got a busy life, you know, between just work and being a good daddy. I'm trying to be a good daddy, guys. You know. Where was I? Let's see. Fresh Prince writes, are podcasts that are sneaker related overdone? Seems like everyone's getting into it. Only a couple I listen to. Yours is and has been doing great. Keep it up. Tight work. Thank you. I don't know of any podcast that's, you know, going on like crazy. I haven't noticed that. And I'm not trying to be like a dick about it for any other YouTubers that's doing it. I see people that do little videos like, and I don't mean little videos like, it's just a little video. Like, he's a nobody. I mean, like, just like a short video. I mean, because I got to make it clear, because sometimes people take my words and they think like I'm like a jerk or something or I have an ego, and I don't want people to think. I said this on the last podcast, too. I said a lot on that one. I don't want people to dislike me. Like, that's not why I came on YouTube. I want people to enjoy what I put out and like what I do. You know, I don't want to force people to like me either. I'm not trying to kiss no one's ass either, but I think sometimes people get the wrong impression with me. But I've seen people like maybe like talk about a topic, like one topic, a new shoe releasing, and then they'll like put audio to the, you know, a picture and talk about that. But I've never seen anyone that's done like what I do, like a long podcast. When it comes to sneakers like this, if anyone is, please tell me, because I enjoy listening to these sneaker podcasts, like especially if I'm in the gym, like on the treadmill or something. I'm trying to get my ass in shape. Like, I really enjoy listening to podcasts while I'm doing stuff. I'm cleaning my house. That's what it's all about, these things. Like, if I'm in the car on a ride somewhere, I got to do a little road trip. That's what it's all about, man. It's like listening to the radio. So, I would love to hear more sneaker podcasts. I actually encourage people to do them. As long as it's positive and you're not being negative, I encourage it. I think it's awesome. But, you know, it's like the radio. You like certain shows on the radio and you don't. You listen to certain personalities and some suck to you, you know? That's just how it goes. I appreciate that you like listening to me. I'm really trying my best to, have fun on this, and I have fun doing this. I used to be on radio all the time, and I'd miss it. And I started doing this podcast. I'm having a lot of fun doing this now. All right, last question from JRay33. Wants me to speak about the new Star Wars movie. I want to do that, but I'm going to do that on my other channel over at youtube.com/The Delz Show. Subscribe there. I will do a whole podcast on that probably if a lot of people want that. Just people, let me know what you want on that other channel and I'll get it cracking. Then he writes, which was my favorite Star Wars movies from the past 6 of them? Empire was the best in my opinion. Return of the Jedi was super special to me because I remember seeing that in the theater. And that's just so dope to remember seeing such a classic movie. I was so young, but that was like when I could just about like remember, going to the movies and whatnot. Like I remember seeing that movie. I remember seeing Gremlins. My father took me to see Gremlins when I was like such a small kid. Like no wonder I'm fucking crazy. Like definitely had no business seeing Gremlins in the movie theaters. I think that was my first movie I ever seen in the movie theater was Gremlins. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was mad young. I mean, I probably was like 5-6 years old maybe seeing Gremlins in the movie theaters. I love that movie though. That movie was the shit back in the days. But that was my first movie I ever seen was Gremlins in the movie theater. And I was dumb young. People, usually see Disney movies. Not my dad. My dad, oh, let's go see Gremlins. Fucking sick bastard. Oh, God. The dude is crazy. But getting back to what I was saying with Star Wars. Return of the Jedi I seen with my mom. She took me to see Return of the Jedi over at Movie Land in Yonkers on Central Avenue. I remember it like yesterday. And, it's so cool that I could remember that moment, being that I'm such a fan of Star Wars. And, I'm a mama's boy. I love my mama, I miss my mother, As I was saying to you earlier, my mother passed away. That my mother was like my best friend, So, I'll always remember that. And he got one more question, he writes. A lot of questions. It's alright, though. You got me. You want to talk Star Wars talk, I'm all about it. He writes, if I can own my own lightsaber, what color would it be? Rainbow. Just kidding. Green. I'd like to have like a green lightsaber. That would be the shit. Like Luke Skywalker. I would love that. And that concludes the podcast. I gave you a half an hour, a little over a half an hour, I think. And the last one I did was an hour and a half. So I hit you with a shorter one this week, but I guarantee you half of you didn't listen to the last one from last week. So please do so. If you didn't get enough here, go check that one out. Maybe listen to it again. Tell a friend. Spread the word. Help your boy out. Get it out there. Let people know about what you enjoy. For real. It helps. It really does help. My audience ain't that big. I love all of you that are listening. And, as long as everyone that's listening right now keeps listening, I'm rocking. But, let's spread the word. As far as the releases for the weekend, I'll have info on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. There's a bunch of different releases going on. The What the LeBron. I think that's going to be a hit or a miss for a lot of people. I did a review on those. I did a review on the referee 11s. By the way, those Jordan 11s remind me of Kylo Ren a little bit. Let me know if you agree with me or not. I also reviewed the Laney 14s, and, I destroyed that shoe because there was one flaw that was hilarious. That video is straight up comedy. Go watch my Laney 14 low review. You are going to laugh your ass off if you didn't watch that yet. But about to get up out of here. Don't forget thesneakeraddict.com for your heads up on the releases for the weekend. I'll have info to help you guys out along with my Twitter. Stay in tune with my Instagram, all my social networks to update you on all this breaking news that's going on with your boy Delz. Big things about to happen. Alright? Thank you for your support. Thanks for listening. Hit that like button right now. Show that love. And we out.